Hey guys, this is Retro, or you may know me as Beliala on this beta, but no, this is not my name. It's name of DH my girlfriend has. But yeah, I picked it on the beta just so I can let her play it. But eventually, I started liking this class, so you might have seen me play on beta. And yeah, today we are going to be doing a guide on how to play this, well, seemingly simple class. We'll start with the basics. I'll get into the talents. I don't really want to waste much time there explaining why each talent is needed, since that would be taking too much time to then actually get into the gameplay. So first row in the Demon Hunter tree, we have a Vengeful Retreat, a Void Blade, a Sigil of Misery. Those are pretty much all mandatory for this spec to work. You need Vengeful Retreat 100% of the time, so, and this is just extra CC. Sometimes just getting the cooldown lower might be worth it, but you might drop the Spectral Sight and just take this, but then you don't have a point, so I mean, not really anywhere to put it, so I haven't used that one or this one for the Fury, even though I tried. It's not worth it. And yeah, we got a Glaive, the Imprison, the Void Nova, Improve Disrupt, Consume Magic, and yeah, those are all needed as well. Again, Imprison, Void Nova, those are mandatory. Bouncing Glaives, we need to get to the Void Nova, so we got this one. We got Improve Disrupt. It's actually great, so you can have a 30-yard range on it, so yeah, that's good. You got an additional charge on shift needed. You got a slow on Throw Glaive. You don't really have much slows besides the Throw Glaive and Vengeful Retreat. Or when you Void Nova and you have this talent in the hero tree for Voice Card, you can get a 60% slow after the Void Nova expires, so that's pretty cool. But besides that, we don't have much. We got a Hunt Root, but yeah, that's pretty much it regarding slows. Then we have the Soul Immolation for additional Fury generation. I picked it just so I can take the Lust and Darkness. When you play into Warlocks and there's no Rogue, you can take a Soul Cleanse. It's not really much of a game changer, as it only removes one stack of Agony as of right now in beta. It might get changed though. So everything in this guide is for the build 12.0.1. You get a Shift, increases movement speed. That's great. You can take this just so you can cut a bit better. You get the Leech, a Soul Running talent. That's mandatory. You heal for doing damage. That's pretty much your bread and butter on the spec, healing and kiting, and then making stacks for enough fragments. You can Void Meta, then a Burst and Melee. You get a Mastery, increases movement speed, again better for kiting. You get a reduced magic damage taken, and this one is actually great. The Guile, it gives you range on Consume Magic of 50 yards, which is great. And you got the max health increase, Mastery increase your damage, so it's good. Spent Fury. I didn't go for the ones that generate Fury. To take the Void Ray final tick for 300% is not really needed. It doesn't really do much besides generating soul fragments. You got the Darkness, of course the defensive needed, and we took this, even though attacks that spend Fury deal 5% increased damage. Only thing that spends Fury here is Void Ray, but you actually got the Demon Muzzle, which if you kick, you get a reduced magic damage taken, so it's actually worth it. And then you get a Shield for a shift, good when you're kiting, just to survive a bit better. And here for a bit more soul fragments, and Blur gains 1 additional charge. So those are just for general survivability and the range of your attacks. For the Devourer tree, we get the Void Ray and Soul Immolation. This one, those are just needed. You'll pick them regardless. And here, reduced cooldown on Soul Immolation and gains 1 additional charge. Is actually great because you can pre-stack this in the arena to get 30 stacks before the gate opens. You get a Void Meta, Feast of Souls, and you get more damage on Void Blade. Void Blade is your big source of damage during meta, so you really want to stack this up. You don't use Collapsing Star in this build, since when you hardcast it you lose your stacks. And you get a Moment of Craving, you get the Entropy, So this is great. When you start arena, it stacks your void meta, the soul fragments to 25. You need 35 to pop into meta. So it's actually really good. You can this way get the meta faster. When the gate opens, you're ready. So here, Void Ray, 100% increased chance to generate a soul fragment. It's great, so you can use this as a soul fragment generator. You get the soul fragment gathered by Reap, increases damage by 8%. This is actually great after you Void Ray fully. Then you can Reap, and you can use more stacks of souls. So you get more souls, you get more healing for the souls, and you do more damage. So it's definitely worth it. Here, Reap gains additional charge. This one is good. You can Reap more often. This one for Reap cooldown reduction, I've been playing with it, but I stopped because it only reduces by a few point of a second, so not really worth it, like 0.4 with the current haste that I have. You get a consume deals 10% increased damage, cast time reduced by 0.25 seconds. The cast time is not really what we are interested in, it's just extra damage during meta for the consume. We get more chance of generating soul fragments, so again faster to get into meta. You really want to be in meta as often as possible, as it's short. You pop it, you burst, then you try to kite, live, build into the next meta, so it's definitely worth it. Here, Void Ray cooldown reduced during Void meta by 2 seconds. When you pretty much use the Void Beam, you keep your current Fury inside the meta, so you really want to Void Beam on cooldown after you use all your damage in the meta to stay there for longer. You get a Hankering Slash. This is pretty much great for resetting your retreat charge, so you can retreat more often, and you compare it with a Glimpse. You get a Void Ray and Hankering Slash damage increase, so here we are just interested in a Hankering Slash. Void Blade, again, this is your bread and butter during meta. Reap and Consume damage increase by 20%. We really only take this because there's nothing else to take, and you get more crits. Talent Node afterwards. You got the Collapsing Star, reduces cooldown on Void Blade. Again, not really needed, but Void Blade and Hunt briefly reduce your Fury Drain while in Void meta. This is pretty much needed. And you got the Hunt. So this one, again, great stuff. Devourer Bite, this is really dope talent. You can pretty much pre-stack Void Blade, Hunt. You get already 24% damage increase. And then you pop meta, and you get a 48% damage increase, which is a lot during meta. If you pre-stack this, you can just one-shot somebody with Void Blade and Slash, Retreat, Reap combo. Here, well, we need this to have less souls needed for the Void meta, and we got the damage and criticals. Yeah, we got over that one. Here I take the Epic Silence. I didn't really want to get those before, since it basically just buffs Collapsing Star in the first node, but the second one increases all your cosmic damage, so I just took it. Since I don't really play much crit, this one is kind of useless. You could pair this one, the Gift of the Void, and the Soulforce Blaze. But again, then it's a bit RNG. You can crit, but if you don't, you just deal less damage overall, so this build is just more consistent. You take Voice Card for the Voice Surge, slow and cast speed increase after the Void Nova. And here for extra leech, the improved soul running, you get the Void Ray. It applies Student of Suffering, increasing mastery, so more damage. If you Void Ray, then pop meta, you do big dam. So yeah, those are the talents, and for PvP talents, you play Glimpse all the time. Pretty much how you survive is you avoid CC as much as possible with Vengeful Retreat, resetting cooldown on it, and just retreating as much as you can. Any important CC like Death Coil, for example, or Mortal Coil. Armor of Souls, well, more Fury generation, more armor, so a bit better survivability overall, and you get meta faster. And here, reproduces cast time on Consume, and causes it to generate one additional soul fragment, so you just Reap and Consume. So at this point, we can get into the gameplay. The gameplay loop is actually very simple. Only thing you want to do before the combat starts is you pop the soul immo. You see here it lasts for a couple of seconds and it generates soul fragments and fury. So you just pre-stack this, you just collect the orbs. Before the match starts, you can do it before duel as well. I've seen people complain that it's not really fair, but it kind of is, since you can generate 31, 35, whatever. How lucky you get on the RNG. It can sometimes recast itself. Actually, when you pop the soul emo, it has a chance of being recasted by itself after it ends, so it's pretty cool. And for the gameplay loop, pretty much only thing you want to do, here I'll throw a duel. I'll just try to explain the thought process that goes into it. There's the druid, I'm going to retreat the opener, and then I'm going to imprison, void blade, slash, retreat so I can get CC'd, I reap, I hunt, I slash, I blur, I pop meta, I void blade, I slash, I retreat, I hungering slash, I retreat, I reap, and he's dead. Good duel. So it's pretty much the gameplay loop. You really just want to use the void blade. Each time you use void blade, it procs your hungering slash, which when you use, you reset the cooldown on glimpse, so you can glimpse the CC right after you get into the melee range. So it's kind of an illusion that you're really in melee range, since you're rarely in melee range. When you get there, you just do one attack, then you retreat. And hunt also procs it into a hungering slash. I mean your void blade. It turns into a hungering slash, so you can do it again. When you pop meta, you reset cooldown on both, and you can do hungering slash again. And the fourth hungering slash you do just does big damn. I've seen it crit for 400k before. Right now I'm not playing any crafted gear, just so you can see how strong this will perform with the current scaling. However, everything may change until the retail will get updated to midnight, so the numbers are not really as important as is the gameplay. But you pretty much don't really have any counters when it comes to duels. When it comes to arena though, I haven't really been able to test it much, since currently the queue for shuffle is bugged and you can't really queue shuffle as Devourer, so you can just do skirmishes. But here, if we duel a Warlock for example, I can show you how you can actually dodge coils and CC as a Devourer. Warlock pretty much has not much that he can do against you. So I'm going to start with a reap and try to dodge his coil. Okay, I'm gonna kick this, I get a reduced damage. I pop into meta, I void blade, I slash, I trinket this, I retreat, I hunt, I slash, I retreat, I do a void beam so I can stay in meta. I'm a shift, I'm a reap, I'm a consume. Okay, now I'm asleep, and he's gonna pre-stag me, so he's gonna try to haunt me probably. I'm just waiting for the haunt. We might not need to do anything about it. I'm gonna stun him. The stun actually ignores the nether ward, so you can just hunt, retreat. Okay, I'm gonna pop blur here. I'm gonna purge this and do a shift. Here I'm gonna do beam, kick the fear. I'm gonna reap after the beam, slash, and retreat. I'm at Seth. Did he just get DC'd? He did, but he died anyway. Good duel. You really just, without the add-ons, the combat add-ons at least, I got the skill cap UI, but other than that I got the better bliss plays and better bliss frames and frame sort. That's pretty much all add-ons I got. You really don't see much in regards to combat, so you gotta watch for the coil. You might get coiled sometimes if he doesn't really want to pop it at the start. If you see the coil is flying at you, you just pop retreat, you don't get coiled. Then you can void blade back, slash, retreat, and he can howl into nothing pretty much. So here, Death Knight. This one is a tough matchup as well. When you play against the Death Knight, you really just want to maximize the damage and try to burst when he doesn't have the AMS up. So when we throw a duel onto this DK, what is gonna happen? Recording video right now. Alright, for feet. I can't. I'm gonna duel this hunter. Let's see what he got. Okay, he's gonna duel me. I'm gonna pop this and I'm gonna sap. Okay, I'm a retreat, slash, retreat. I'm a pop blur. Okay, pop meta. I'm a beam, just so I can stay in the meta. Okay. Now I'm a hunt, consume, reap, trinket this. I'm a blur again, and do a retreat, shift. I'm gonna stun him. I'm gonna shift again. I'm gonna pop darkness, and I'm gonna just void blade and kill. Good duel. Alright, we get this one. Against Hunter, you really just want to maximize the blur uptime when he bursts. Right now, the blur is bugged. It actually dodges, so you can do what you want with this. You can pretty much use it while it lasts, though I'm not sure if it's intended. It might get updated in the tooltip, or it might just get the dot chance removed, which is not really that needed. We get an Ellie Shaman dueling us. So here we just really want to do as much damage as possible. Here's the Earth Grab. Okay, I'm gonna sab this, and I'm gonna Purge, Blur, Void Blade, Retreat, Beam, Nova. Okay, I'm gonna pop Hunt, Meta, Big Burst, Hunt, Big Burst. I'm gonna pop a Sigil here. I got my cooldown bug. I'm hexed. Okay, this one is gonna be quite hard. I can actually... I had no trinket. I'm gonna retreat. Beam. Stun. I'm going to reap and shift. Okay, here's a big dam on me. I got a void meta, burst, and we get a kill. Good duel. So this one was a rather tough matchup. I didn't really have cooldowns, but what you really want to do is just disrupt on cooldown. Well, on anything you can. As this gives you a magical damage reduction, this is very much needed. Though you still can do it for important stuff like Haunt from Affliction Warlock, or Chaos Bolt, or Fear if you don't want to get feared and you don't have any glimpse. So overall it's rather nice. Here, this guy is a Frosted Knight. I don't really have any souls, so I might lose this one, but let's send it anyway. I'll just pre-stack some souls and we'll see what happens. I really just want to keep it short under the 30-minute mark, so we still got some time left for some more duels. We got 25 souls. I guess that's a good time to start. Is this the Holy Priest? Okay, nah. Let's duel this detonate. It doesn't really want to duel, looks like. Go for feet. Here's a press. This one. We could duel this rogue, but I don't have my darkness. Wouldn't really not stand much of a chance against the rogue without the darkness. No, we can still do it. Let's give it a try. Also, one great thing is when you kite somebody, like a rogue, you can just shift and sigil on misery on top of you. So when he step stuns you, he gets feared. It's a really good combo. You can pretty much also combo your Void Blade when you Void Blade. Then you retreat and Hungering Slash on the same GCD. You pretty much double retreat, and you can avoid the double step stun from the rogue, as you can stay in the air for longer. Who do we duel here? Oh, we could go against this guy. He's playing a Devourer as well. And he doesn't really want to duel me. Let's duel this Feral Druid. Okay, how about we queue a skirmish? A one skirmish game. Okay, we duel this rogue now. Okay, I'm gonna just pop Soul Ammo. Okay, this guy is tripping. Hi. Well, this is a... Okay then. Okay then. I'm not trying to get my time wasted here. We'll duel the Ellie Shaman again. Okay. Yo, Rogue. You wanna duel or fly? In it. He doesn't really seem to be interested in dueling. I'll just duel this Warlock then. Let's give it another try with his Rogue. Maybe he'll change his mind. Okay, no point. No point. I'll duel this enhancement shaman. Just oh, here's the DK. Great. We can duel an unholy tonight. I can show you. So this one is a tough matchup. You really gotta play it well to win and play around the AMS. Alright, we don't really have much of a gamers here. They don't wanna duel. Okay, we get a detonate dueling us. So we'll start with a retreat. We'll try to retreat his, and then Void Blade. I get stunned. I'm gonna blur this. I'm gonna pop Hunt, slash, retreat, pop meta, Void Blade, retreat, Hunt, slash, retreat. Then we do a Void Ray, and then we try to land a kill. I'm gonna pop blur again. I'm gonna just stun him into this bullshit. Okay, we pop a meld, and we get a darkness until we can kite again. I'm a beam. Slash, retreat. I'm gonna just pop a Sigil of Misery here. And we got the next meta ready. Okay, I'm gonna pop the next meta and burst. And he's dead. Good duel.